I think most of you niggas in this industry probably don't advance without putting yourselves in compromising situations.
What up, what up, what up? It's your homeboy B Watt, and you are now tuned into another episode of Cancel B Watt. And first and foremost, I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in with your boy today. And in this episode, what am I going to be discussing? In this episode, you know what I'm going to be discussing. I'm discussing P. Diddy Combs. The feds have finally stepped down on that boy. They raided both cribs. The Los Angeles crib, they raided the Miami crib. They pulled every file cabinet, every safe, every hard drive out of his lavish mansions, okay? And I really feel like they disrespected that man. All right, look, I'm not defending Puff Daddy, but let me say this. They did disrespect that man. They were showing video footage all in this man's closet. You know what I'm saying? They was all in this man's house, had rummaged through everything, They wanted to embarrass P. Diddy. All right? Understand that they wanted to humiliate Sean Puffy Combs, okay? And they've done an excellent job at it. I don't know if I've ever seen someone's star fall as rapidly as P. Diddy's star has fallen. Some might say that the black community has turned their back on Puff Daddy. All right? Maybe so, man. They talking about Puff Daddy may have killed Tupac, bro. I don't feel no remorse for that man if it comes out to be true that he was involved in the murder of not only Tupac, but also Biggie Smalls. I don't, and also Kim Porter. Okay, we're gonna get to that too. All right, bodies on bodies on bodies for P. Diddy. All right. So what does all this mean? Why is all of this happening right now? Okay. Many of you do know that we are living in the times of Aquarius. Who knows what it means to be living in the time of Aquarius? All right. The information age, the time in which all things that were done in the dark must now come to the light. And that's all that's happening right now. Is everything that was done in the dark is now coming to the light. You know, pre the internet, pre-social media, pre-digital cameras everywhere in everyone's pockets, you might could get away with some of the stuff that Puff and the elitist, and not only the music industry, but the entertainment industry at large, get away with. But not anymore. It's too many cameras, too many people talking. We could communicate too fast, okay? So those things are coming out into the light. What is coming out into the light? There was long a conspiracy theory. It was a conspiracy theory. There was a long time conspiracy theory that there was a pedo ring that was going on in Hollywood, in the music industry, in politics. All right. I know nothing about this situation with Jeffrey Epstein. Not much. Okay. I'm not tapped in like that. I don't really watch TV, and I stay in my bubble. Okay. So I was not exposed to what took place with Jeffrey Epstein, but in general, I do know. And they're comparing this Diddy case, this Diddy situation, soon to be case. All right. They're comparing it to Epstein. All right. So Diddy, Epstein, maybe, supposedly, quite possibly are being exposed for being a part of that ring that was once a conspiracy theory, but has now been brought to the light. All right, so that's what's going on here. And listen, Puff is not the only one. Freak Meek, he not gonna be the only one either. What you realize when you really paying attention to this is everybody done party with Puff. That's why nobody really want to speak about it. Everybody didn't party with Puff. Yep. LeBron, Beyonce, Jay-Z. Jay-Z's probably up next. I've been predicting that for him. Jay-Z is probably up next. They got the whispers going on that he may have had something to do with the deletion of a woman who he was involved with. Listen, 50 Cent said Beyonce was a gangster. 50 Cent said he wrote up on Beyonce and Jay-Z one time, and Beyonce hopped up off the side of the boat or wherever they was at. I don't know. Secondhand story, y'all. My bad. But 50 said that Beyonce was about that. Do y'all think that Beyonce and Jay-Z are running because of their possible involvement with Sean Puff Combs? Is it possible? Jay-Z and Beyonce party with Puff? Y'all had to know what was going on. Why, Beehive? Why Beyonce not speaking out against Puff? They said that Diddy was recording people in his house without their knowledge, and then using that footage, he was recording them in compromising positions, if you know what I mean, okay? And then he was using that footage to then blackmail celebrities, artists, entertainers. See, that's how artists get caught up in bad deals, right there, okay? You think you in the game, Lil Rod Pauls, you think you in the game and you partying with Puff, you running these little errands for Puff, doing what Puff asked you to do, you know what I'm saying? And you think you getting in the industry that way. You go into these parties, you think it's sweet, you're participating in activities that, hey, you might already participate in those activities. Let's not assume that anybody forced anything on you in that manner. But you participate in these activities at the party, and then when you in the boardroom and it's time to put your signature on the black and white, and they give you whatever kind of deal, you really can't do nothing about it because you know that Puffy's gonna release or use that information, that footage, that documentation against you. That's wild. The desire for power. That's wild. Puff killed Tupac, I think, y'all. I don't know if he's gonna ever go to be punished for the murder of Tupac, the murder of Big. But look, he was involved. He was involved in. It's hard to give a brother like Puff the benefit of the doubt, y'all. It really is. It's a sad case, you know. This man was on TV for the last decade or two talking about black excellence. Talking about representing being the black billionaire. The liquor companies, they racist. I mean, Puff, you gave them everything they needed to take you down, man. You doing this out in the open. You ain't never try to hide it. What you think gonna happen, man? Puff the type of dude think everybody his friend. I don't know. So let's get into it. Listen, man. This is called a media lynching. Puff been on the news for months, and they have just been destroying his legacy. His reputation is beyond the level of repair. They compared this to R. Kelly, and I guess I could see the R. Kelly comparisons. They say Puff like underage girls too. That's what was alleged in the lawsuit. They said Puff get down with the kiddos too. I don't know how you could be attracted to little girls, Puff. That's some things I'll never understand. So let's see what's up. New details emerge in Diddy's sexual assault investigation.
Man is accusing Sean Diddy Combs of drugging his alleged sex assault victims. That's one of the new details we're learning tonight about the sex trafficking allegations against the music mogul.
We've also obtained new body camera video of the moment one of Combs' alleged drug mules was arrested at a South Florida airport as his homes were raided Monday.
CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister joins us with those details.
Who is this white boy, this white guy, this white gentleman, this Caucasian gentleman, this clear guy? Who is this guy who's hanging with Puff? Like, bro, you knew you was about to get caught up with Puff. Puff all over the news, bro. And you still out here running errands for Puff. Now, I want to know who this guy is. I want to know a little bit more about this guy right here.
News Miami
He's
shows the
right
moment
now,
25-year-old Brendan.
Oh my God, Brendan Paul Pauls, and Brendan Paul and Lil Rod, Diddy's homies, Diddy's friends, Brendan Paul and Lil Rod.
And Paul, an alleged drug mule for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, was arrested for possession of cocaine and marijuana candies Monday at the Opa-locka Executive Airport. Diddy has been hit with 5 lawsuits over the last 4 months, accusing the rapper of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and abuse. The latest lawsuit, filed on behalf of music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones, accuses Diddy of sexually assaulting, harassing, and drugging him and others.
Listen, I still stand on this, all right? Lil Rod Pauls is a grown-ass man. Can't nobody force you to do nothing, bruh. Okay? You out here running errands, you got the hat on for Puff, soliciting. You did that, bro. I feel like if Puff got to go to jail for this, then Lil Rod Pauls needs to go to jail for this. You a grown man. Come on now.
Saying Mr. Combs provided laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his home in California, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Florida, and St. Bartholomew. The lawsuit goes on to say that during this time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the represented several victims.
We know how Puff get
what
down.
Happened, and that is what probably supported the request for a search warrant on these properties.
Celebrities sharing their thoughts on the Diddy drama, including Miami rapper Uncle Luke, who put.
So Young Miami's going down. All right. So listen, they got a warrant for this raid, which means they presented evidence to a judge. Most likely this is a done deal. They're not about to step down on nobody of the stature of a P. Diddy Combs, invade his house, his privacy, remove his personal items. A judge is not going to sanction and allow them to do that unless there is sufficient evidence to support such actions. Probable cause. So we all know that there's some probable cause here. Okay, if any of us were on that jury, we would probably vote to to have that boy house raided. Okay.
Social media this week, claiming Diddy is being targeted after he filed a lawsuit against a beverage company for racial discrimination last year.
They didn't smeared your name. By the time you get in the courtroom, you lost already because you're sitting up there with a jury looking at you like a pedophile, and you probably ain't never touched a little girl in your life.
Uncle Luke previously said on We in Miami podcast that he would leave Diddy's parties early.
Did you party with Diddy a lot?
Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early.
He's lying. You didn't leave early. You stayed. Okay, all of y'all stayed. Everybody partied with Puff. Nobody want to speak on. People slowly start to speak about it. Joe Budden spoke about it. Finally, we know that Joe Budden partied with Puff. I mean, he admitted such. It's no thing. We'll pull him up in just a few minutes.
I go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you
I don't
didn't.
know what goes on after hours, but
He wasn't
Yeah,
trying
you
to find
do.
I
out.
wasn't trying to find out.
Diddy's
you
private
were.
jet was spotted at the Opa-locka Executive Airport earlier this week, but his current whereabouts are unknown as the allegations against him continue to mount.
Dang, the allegations against Puff continue to mount. He lying, y'all. He was at those parties. He knew exactly what happened.
I think Puff knew they was coming.
Of course. Put out a report saying we were not.
That is true. They did.
All right, so let's keep it out.
Where Puff at?
All right, so we're going to check out this Joe Budden interview. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden finally spoke on Puff. You know, they partied together. Diddy sign Joe Budden to revolt when Joe Budden was making his resurgence into podcasting. All right, this is a known fact. So I could understand why Joe Budden would be hesitant to speak on Puff once these allegations initially came out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he spoke too much with the Cassie situation, and then the Lil Rod Paul situation came out, and I don't think he spoke too much on that. And a couple of people was calling him out. But nobody's going to speak on it really because they've all partied with Puff. And that's essentially what Joe Budden is about to explain to us right now.
I don't know.
And once again, my bad, Act. I ain't mean to put my face all over your face right now. You know, shout out to Academics, man.
Puff knew they was coming.
Run over here real quick. Gonna get some Kool-Aid.
I think Puff knew they was coming.
Of course.
Yeah. They had a video from the night before that he was at a party and he was looking around, looking nervous. I don't know if anybody
I saw that
video.
boy was
I didn't
spooked.
see it. I saw that.
Yeah.
He was at a party the night before?
The night before at a party.
We know that to be a current vid.
We know for a
Yes.
fact that was the night before.
Bro,
I
get to the
disclose
point.
what they case. Something like
So the last thing I would want is for my jet to be in the air, moving around without me in it.
why?
Because it begs the question, oh, well, who's in there?
Keep going.
Where are they going?
Keep going.
What they doing?
Keep going.
This says that
Joe
your
Budden know a
jet
lot.
moves around
Without
freely without you.
Which gives you what?
It gives suspicion to me.
It gives me plausible deniability.
It gives
and I don't know
alibi.
what
You
the
don't
fuck is
have no
going on.
plausible deniability with Homeland at your house. You did something.
And with your private
You
jet?
did. It's dog. It's over for that best case scenario shit you talking about. It's over for that. What you talking about?
And plausible
There's
deniability.
no plausible deniability.
We talking
With a
about-
private jet, I don't think you get really too much plausible deniability. It's not like, yo, here, take the keys to my private jet and do what you do. Like, people don't just borrow the jet and go do some wild shit.
Now I saw an ACT report that was Carisha's best friend in there, and you know the whereabouts of the jet. You know, I agree. There's nothing to say that he's on the run. So the TMZ report that alludes
Puff
to
on the
that,
run?
even the way that the jet story's being reported, like there is nothing to say that Puff is on the run, nor is he.
All right, so Joe speaking on it, he said Puff on the run. What y'all think? Hop in the comments, let me know. Do y'all think that P. Diddy is on the run? I know that he was on the phone with Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons been telling him, oh yeah, look, bro, it's time for you to get out of there. It's time for you to get out of there. Okay? You need to come over here. Had this side of the island, whatever. Russell Simmons is never coming back to the United States of America. And I know that he advised Diddy to slide on out of this country. But Diddy hard-headed, Diddy arrogant. He's gotten away with it this long. Why would he not think he's going to continue to get away with it, right? He should have left. So he might be on the run. He might be on his way to Russell Simmons right now. We might not never see Puff again. Usher was just up there. Wasn't Usher just up there with Russell Simmons? That's light work.
He been charged with anything, so we want to be very clear in that.
True.
But we niggas. So
Use a nigga.
From where we from.
I's not a nigga.
So we look at this through that lens. And this is a wrap.
Yeah.
Not only is this a wrap, this is about to get much worse.
I agree.
It is.
This is about to get bad, 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 bad. I can't imagine what people out there, even the silence is eerie.
That's true.
Facts.
Niggas afraid.
Even the silence is eerie. Like it's a lot of you internet idiots out there that like I know the narrative. Joe ain't gonna talk about Puff.
Joe ain't gonna talk about Puff. He know the narrative. This ain't no narrative. This is the truth. You know you're not gonna speak about him. You haven't spoke about him. This is your first time really getting into it. And you know I got mixed feelings about it. For all we know, Joe Budden might be trying to lessen his sentence out here. You could be one of the Jane Does speaking to the federality about Puff type dude Joe Budden is.
I got that.
You weren't.
But when you get to the real life meat and potatoes of it, there's a long list of people silent.
Yeah.
But I'm not even just, hold up for a minute. I'm not just talking about whoever you can attach to people through Instagram pictures. I'm talking about A-list of the A-list.
Speak on it, Joseph.
Them last 2 or 3 Puffy parties I've been to, A-list of the A-list. All.
You hear what he's saying, right? He's saying it. The last couple of Puffy parties that I've been to, the last couple of Joe, how many have you been to, Joseph? Joseph been partying with Puff since way back when. Listen to what he says next, y'all. I wish y'all could see DJ Academic's face right now. I have him covered up with my face, which y'all may appreciate just a bit more than his, but he's doing something like this. Because this is a shameful admittance of the truth, okay? He's admitting that he's been partying with Puff, and listen to what he says next.
Sectors crossing, mingling, interjecting. So the silence of it is just riveting.
You really trying to? I think that.
Yes, nigga. If I see all of these people raiding all 3 homes, now I'm watching the news, and those are beautiful homes.
Yes, they are.
So, boy,
Joe done been all up in Puff house wearing a robe and shit. You know what I'm saying? Walking around bare feet. He know the crib.
Nice to have a shot of the home look like that when the drones is up there. So my first thought was, man, good times on some of them properties.
Whoa.
That was my first thought. Because boy was
big pause. Good times on those properties. Big pause, Joe. This is what he said next, y'all.
Some great parties.
And then, what's the next one?
Damn, you made me forget.
Oh, you said good times on some of them properties.
What was the next one? Like, could I have missed something while being there?
Oh, no, because I thought the same thing. A lot of people had some good times on them properties.
Whoa.
And then a lot of people had some good times on them properties.
Which lends to the silence from the people.
That's what I'm saying. They afraid.
That's my point.
Now it's like, what the fuck could have been recorded? What could be there?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
That was my second thought. Yes, thank you very much. My second thought was, because I had some good times on those premises and got the fuck out of there and went on about my business.
He's lying. He's the second person who's lied about this. Y'all know y'all stayed late. Everybody want to say, yeah, I was at a Puff party, but I left early. No, you didn't. You frequented multiple Puff parties. You are a veteran, professional partier with Puff. Stop acting like you left early. You did not leave early. You was there to the wee hours.
There's no footage of me anywhere. There's no pictures. There's no. Wow, what a relief.
You hope.
If you've been to some of these functions and just know that to be true. Whoa. But if you're on the other side of that,
you shitting bricks right now.
And you see all of them people raiding all 3 homes. Yeah, I would be pretty nervous.
And quiet.
My heart would drop to my fucking the floor.
His heart probably dropping to the floor right now, y'all. To the floor. His heart is probably dropping to the floor right now. Why? He don't know. See, that's why there's the eerie silence that Joe Budden has described, because he don't know if they have footage of him or not. Better get ahead of it. Better speak on it now. And he not denying nothing. Joe Budden is a pretty straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I've had great times on the good times on Puff's property. We all have. Joe Budden is telling us, I was there and I seen the tip top, pause, A-list actors, A-list celebrities, execs. And so for all of them to be silent right now, you understand why. The feds raided Puff house. Puff has cameras all over his house. Secret cameras, recording people inappropriately, allegedly, supposedly, but quite possibly. So Lord knows who the federal government has flicks of right now. Probably Jay and Beyonce. Yeah, they party with Puff. They up next. Beyonce, speak up. You've been partying with Puff. You've been partying with Puff, Beyonce. Speak up.
If that were the case.
Joe giving it up.
In me and since we just talking, or speculating.
No, you talking
for me.
He probably talking to the feds, y'all. Joe Budden probably talking to the feds about Puff, y'all. He one of the Jane Does.
But do I think that you rappers out there can't be seduced? No, I don't think that. I think most of you niggas be drunk and pilled up. I think most of you niggas be leaned up. I think most of you niggas in this industry probably don't advance without putting yourselves in compromising situations.
Damn.
Is what Al's saying. Some of y'all are bad.
Joe Budden is exposing the industry. Y'all be mad if I name this video Joe Budden exposes the music industry. Because that's what he's doing right now. He's admitting to partying with Puff, and he's saying it. Most of you guys, most of you rappers probably wouldn't even be in the limelight if it wasn't for your late night attendance at the Puff P. Diddy type events. That's what Joe's saying about y'all. Joe Budden is exposing the industry right now.
Drunks. Some of y'all are 5'3". Some of y'all like that touchy, feely shit. Yeah. Some of y'all like that big bro, little bro, real close. A nigga too close in your proximity. Do a lot for a hit.
Nah, last week, Joe, you was defending Meek Mill. Just last week, Joe Budden, Meek Mill. You was just saying Meek wasn't on that. They said that Puff was at a party the night before the house got raided just a couple of nights ago, and he looked nervous and scared. I want to look at this. Do y'all think that Puff is on the run? Do y'all think that Puff knew? Oh, shit. Look at this lady right here. She know what's going on. She know the deal. Look at her. She know the deal. Look at her. She just ran up her foot. Flo don't want to talk to him. We're sacrifice Puff. You're a sacrificial lamb, Puff. That's unfortunate. Listen, guys, what do we learn? What are we learning from this? We're learning that, listen, selling your soul is not worth it. What does it gain you to have all the money in the world? Sean Diddy Combs, for the last year of his life, has been literally living in a living hell. The embarrassment, the shame, the demons from the thing that he allegedly, possibly, supposedly, but most likely did. The ghost of Tupac probably won't leave Puff alone, you know? The ghosts are big. Just won't leave him alone. They haven't even got into investigating for real, the circumstances surrounding Kim Porter's death. This is a quite wild situation. But it is a living hell. Even the bodyguard. Let's pull up Diddy bodyguard. Gene Deal, Puff's bodyguard.
And convinced the judge that there was enough probable cause to go in there with a search warrant. But the way they did the search warrant and how they did it, man, I thought he was El Chapo or somebody. You know, they took a tactical team in there, brother. They had tactical units.
Boys just talking.
You understand? And
telling all the business. Use his security guard. You online.
They did enough investigation. See, people think
now. While I want Puff to be punished for, his actions, or punished for his actions, I do not agree with everybody just talking online and snitching. Y'all was down with this, man. You was his bodyguard. You was there. He want to say. People keep saying, "Oh, I was there, but I wasn't there." You was there, man. You said this. I think this guy said he woke up in the bed with Puff, no clothes.
That when the federal government go in there on you, the reason they got a 99%, that was more damaging than Cassie. Because check this out. He said Diddy was transporting liquid cocaine on his private jet.
Oh no, I don't want that on my channel.
They find any kind of drugs to
say no. Say no
they
to
didn't
the
have
white
a search
girl.
warrant for bodies. So those kids, when they came out, they should have searched them. And then, listen, y'all sit down right there. There was
no kids. Puff children is grown. 30, late 20s. You grown. Y'all was complicit. One of them got a charge. And y'all here talking about their kids.
It was
get down on the ground. Put these cuffs on you.
To get them to talk and to scare them into saying something, by keeping them handcuffed like that. They didn't have to do those kids like that.
Yeah, they did.
None of those
were
kids
involved. They were involved. And they was involved. You was the security. You were involved. It's going to be wild.
That I
All
know
these people
of,
snitching on Puff going to go down with Puff.
Never did anything. Puff never been around her. They still was partying together.
Everybody partied with Puff.
In the authorities' mind, they feel like Puff knew what Meech was doing. Then with the introduction to Jacob and different people, and a lot of people going to jail for money laundering and stuff like that, the person that he said is his senior advisor, Corey Jacobs. Corey had 9 16-to-life sentences for drug trafficking.
I don't know what's going on with Puff, y'all. All right, but I'm tired of talking about Puff, you know what I'm saying? And listen, my thoughts are this. We're living in the age of Aquarius. Everything done in the darkness will now come to the light. Don't be surprised if your favorite rapper, your favorite celebrity, don't be surprised if a music executive or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 all go down in this time and period. Okay? That's where we at in this reality right now. So Puff better keep gassing up that private jet and keep it up there and flying around in the sky. He need to go take that private jet and meet Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons probably got a room for him on the island with Epstein. Okay? Because it looks like it's over for Puff. All right? So I'm interested to know what y'all think. You don't know what's about to happen, y'all. The cards are falling. Babylon is falling. All right? So, like I said, I'm interested to know what y'all think. Hop in the comments. Let's build. Thank you for kicking it with your boy today. All right? If you like my content, visit www.cancelby.com. Sign up with me there for more exclusive content. And as always, listen, like, subscribe, and tune in again to another episode of Cancel BY.